The last couple of decades have been a boon for Wisconsin athletics. The men's basketball program has never finished worse than fourth in conference play since Bo Ryan became the head coach. The football program made it to 3 straight Rose Bowls, and the massive overhaul started when Barry Alvarez took the reins in 1990. Alvarez is now the athletic director, and one of his recent hires has also helped turn around another Badger program.
Coach Alvarez is great. I mean, he was one of the big reasons I wanted to come here, that being from the Midwest, you know the story of he came in and, saved the university with football. He put football back on the national stage. Knowing that there was someone like that who had done it here meant a lot. The first day I interviewed, I met with him and I read his book immediately. He's got a book, Don't Flinch, and I'm reading it just looking for, okay, how did he do it?
When Wisconsin's softball head coach Yvette Healy arrived in Madison in 2010, the Badgers were reeling from a 31-loss season and an 8th-place finish in the Big Ten.
The first year, we just talked about playing hard.
We'll never forget Coach Healy talking about how she would always come down and see the women's soccer team. There was always someone in McLean working out, doing something extra, and how it was something she wanted to bring to the culture. And
from our first day of practice, it was just about diving. And we said, we're not going to beat every team, but we're going to give full effort. We're going to show the pitchers we're behind them. And when we're out there, we're going to run, we're going to slide, we'll steal, and we'll dive and run down balls.
Call it out here, call it out.
Like the man who hired her, Healy wanted to change the culture of her program. She hired a brand new coaching staff, including former Valparaiso head coach Randy Schneider.
Randy's just different. He's got his own unique way of doing things, and I think you've got to look at that when you're a program that's trying to catch up. When you are not a national powerhouse, you can't think you're going to do things exactly the same way as the biggest teams in the country and beat them.
Well, I'm a nerd, and which might be evident by my glasses. So I'm somebody that really likes to study. I grew up with teaching. I mean, that's what I did, 25 years ago, and that's really all that I know.
Schneider's specialty is offense, and his teachings have taken hold. The Badgers boast the highest batting average and on-base percentage in program history.
I'm really a sabermetrics guy. I dive into sabermetrics. I try to figure out every possible way that we can get a player on base. We're very fortunate that we get the support from our administration, to have film, to have cameras, to have computers, and we utilize that quite a bit. Click on this, on the one player, and it'll show you exactly what her pitches were to her. Then you can go to one of the dots and it's going to tell you whether it's a hit or an out. So here's a low inside pitch, and we can try to now break down why she hit a ground ball to second base. Once we got a lot of our kids doing a lot of these things and buying into a lot of these mechanical things, actually our strikeouts went down by over 40%.
All right, let's go. Hustle, hustle, hustle.
He expects you to go and look at the film and analyze it yourself and bring in what you have to him and discuss it with him. And I think that's really great because it's making you interact and actually making you not just put all of it on his shoulders, because the truth of the matter is, as a player, the coaches can't really do anything for you when you're in the game.
Healy's program overhaul has seen the Badgers go from 30 losses to a 3rd straight 30-win season.
Everyone knows that everyone has different roles on the team and everyone buys into it, and I think that's a big part of the reason why we had success.
Our kids are getting better, and our job is to teach them how to win. And some days we will and some days we won't, but once they start understanding how to do that every day, I think that's when we're going to see this program take off.
I think everybody thinks success is a line straight up to the top, and you're just gonna, you're good and then you arrive and it's a destination. And I can tell you from our team right now, we're doing some good things, but we haven't arrived.
Well, that last part's debatable. This year, Healy set a new program record for wins. Again, this after tying the mark last year. Before Wisconsin, she was the head coach. Only one other place at Loyola, Illinois, won the Horizon League Coach of the Year there once. And her tenure ended as the 2nd winningest coach in Loyola softball history. She's a pretty darn good college softball player in her own right as well.